Hello, welcome to Thorn'S Ring Chat. Today I'm going to be reviewing CWF Mid-Atlantic Worldwide Episode 103. Um, I, this was not one of their best shows. CWF Mid-Atlantic usually puts on really good shows, but this one I didn't care much for. Um, this took place at a fan fest at the Mid-Atlantic Sports Arena, Carolina. The opening match was Darius Lockhart versus Cain Justice for the Rising Generation League Championship match. The match started off good, got kind of dull towards the halfway point. Um, Lots of kicks from Cain and Lockhart. Uh, you know, started off real good. Nice technical wrestling, mat-based wrestling. But eventually, towards the middle of the match, they just started doing a bunch of different kicks, martial arts kicks. Uh, just kind of lost my interest after that. Kane did a few armbar submissions. Most of them didn't look all that great. Didn't look at them and say, wow, that really has to hurt. Uh, I've seen both of these guys before. They usually have pretty good matches, but I wasn't crazy about this one. Next was a Q&A session with Brad Attitude. It was just boring. I ain't gonna go into that. So on to the next match. The Fan Fest took place for Carolina superfan Papa Hales. Basically, they decided Papa Hales would choose the challenger for the TV championship out of a bucket. Champion Aric Andrews was waiting in the ring. They presented him with the bucket. Hales threw the bucket and proceeded to do a promo that probably lasted 2 or 3 minutes, but felt to me forever. Claiming he wanted to see a wrestler, Just went on and on. He told all the roster to gather around the ring, and he would pick them. And he picked the Mecha Mercenary, who I liked, and this was probably the nicest match on the card. Matter of fact, Mecha Mercenary probably was the only good thing about the show. They brought in a old WWF WrestleFest arcade machine, and multiple times you see Mecha Mercenary playing WrestleFest with a little girl that I kind of got a chuckle out of. Um, the match was not bad, pretty good. Pretty much towards the beginning of the match, it became an impromptu lumberjack match. Um, During that time, Mecha Mercenary wasted a lot of time in the match just throwing Aric Andrews into the lumberjacks and having them throw him back. A couple of spots where Mecha Mercenary gets headbutted by Aric Andrews and he no-sells it, and that wasn't bad. Basically, Mecha eventually gets thrown outside and gets attacked by the heel lumberjacks and gets thrown back in at the same time. Aric tries to make a getaway but gets thrown back in too. So Aric sees Mecha, in a prone position and starts attacking the leg. And for the majority of the match, Aric Andrews takes control. And the last couple of minutes, Mecha does the comeback, hits the big elbow, and the time runs out. Draw, and Aric Andrews retains the CWF Mid-Atlantic TV title. Not a bad match. Basically, I would say it was the best match on card, but I've seen CWF Mid-Atlantic put on a lot better matches. Oh, this gets me to the last match. White Mike Jordan versus Chuck Taylor Tim. Um, I usually like White Mike Jordan. You know, if you watch my episodes, I reference Jim Cornette a lot, and he's not a big fan of comedy wrestling, and usually I'm not, but I've always made an exception for White Mike Jordan. Just enjoyable, but this match was just completely and utterly stupid. There was a spot where Chuck Taylor was getting constantly German suplexed by Mike, and then all of a sudden Mike had some of the wrestlers at the autograph table come up and suplex Chuck. Okay, they're wrestlers. One was a female wrestler, but fine. Then it just became really stupid when Mike had a little kid come up and German suplex Chuck Taylor, which just, to me, made it look like it was making fun of the wrestling business as a whole. A little 6-year-old boy suplexing a 220-pound man, and he wasn't even a full suplex. It was more like a waistlock takedown, but even that, it's still stupid. This match was just, I ain't even gonna go through the rest of it. It was just, like I said, I don't hate White Mike. I don't hate CWF Mid Atlantic. They're a good wrestling company. I just didn't care for this match. The match ends with probably, to me, it felt a little insulting. Um, Basically, White Mike recreates the Undertaker's little ceremony they did at WrestleMania, where he's taking off his gear and he's yelling that he's retiring. I thought that was just really disrespectful. Listen, I believe everybody's up for parody, even the Undertaker, but this came off like they were mocking him. I mean, the guy has wrestled for almost probably over 30 years. Probably one of the last greatest draws in the business. Probably the reason why most of the guys in the wrestling business still have this to do as a job, and they decide just to make fun of it. I just thought that was just wrong. Oh, like I said, you know, like I said, if they want to spoof or make a parody about the Undertaker, yeah, that's fine. But I just thought, come on, come on, that was just too much, just stupid. Didn't add anything to the match. At the end of it, Chuck Taylor tells him, "You're no longer White Mike, you're Black Mike," and then he decides, "Well, I'm not retiring." This was not the best show for CWF Mid Atlantic. Like I said, they are a very good wrestling federation. If you've never seen them before, this is not the show to hold them to. But you know, this was, especially the last match. It just stunk. And I am going to post, the link down in below. But uh, you know, I would suggest go to their YouTube channels and check out past shows. They are a very good wrestling federation. They a great promotion. They have great guys like Rick Converse and Kamikaze Kid and so many others. TNA star Trevor Lee is their champion. There are just so many good stars with this company. That I wouldn't hold this one show as what defines them as a company. But if you think I am totally wrong, feel free to tell me in the comments section below. My opinion is not the end all be all of opinions. This is just how I as a fan perceive a wrestling show. This is the whole point of this deal here. So yes, thank you for watching. I should be doing Ring of Honor either tomorrow or Monday at the latest. So stay tuned and have a good day.